Hi guys, CA Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to my lecture series. Today I am going to talk about a very different topic which is known as presumptive taxation. If you are a small businessman or a professional who is not having a huge turnover, then I think this is going to be a very important video for you all, because this is going to simplify your life in a very great level, or to a very great extent, because you will be able to understand how benefit you can take of the existing rules in our Income Tax Act and pay less taxes legally. Okay, so let's take an example to understand what is presumptive taxation. Government says that if your total turnover is less than rupees 2 crores, I'll repeat, if your turnover is less than 2 crores, then you are allowed to pay tax on a presumptive profit, which will be only 8% of your turnover. Okay, with this you will not be required to maintain any books of account as well. Whatever is your turnover, calculate 8% of that 8% will be your profit and you'll have to pay tax accordingly. I'll give you a very simple example for this. Assume that you have a beauty parlor, okay, and you have started this beauty parlor as a company, Look Good India Private Limited and something like that, okay, just as an example. And let us say the turnover of your business is, let us say 1 crore, okay, then government says, don't bother to maintain books of accounts, okay, don't pay any accountant, but you can consider paying a chartered accountant anytime, okay, but other accountants, it's okay even if you don't pay. What you can do is, 1 crore is your turnover that you can ascertain easily, calculate 8% of that, okay, so 1 lakhs ka 1% is what, barely, how much is that, 8,000, okay, so now for this, on 8,000 you'll have to pay tax. Anyways, it's going to be exempt, it's a very small amount. So if I take it upwards, let us say 1 crore rupees, okay, for 1 crore rupees you'll have to pay tax on only profit. Profit is 8% of your turnover, okay, so for 1 crore, what is 8%? That comes to 8 lakh rupees, okay, 8 lakhs rupees ke upar you'll have to pay tax at the rate of 25%. So that's so easy. Now it'll be very easy for you to calculate your tax. Step number 1, you must know what is your turnover. Step number 2, 8% of your turnover is profit. Step number 3 is whatever tax rate you have, you are eligible for, that tax rate you'll have to multiply with your profit figure, okay. If you're a sole proprietor, then your tax rates change, right? Now there's a proposed change in this, okay. Every time when government feels that they are lacking revenue, that's when they start feeling unhappy, that's when they start crying. In Hindi we say, unke pet mein dard hota hai, okay. So why does this happen? Now what used to happen, government understood that there are certain businesses, there are certain professions whose expenses are not that high. Now they had come up with this presumptive taxation thing with an intention that there are certain businesses whose expenses are so high, the profit margin is so less, that we'll give them a help from our side, that it's okay even if you don't maintain your books of accounts, just 8% of your turnover and you are done. But let's take the same example of a beauty parlor. Do you think that for a beauty parlor, if they are charging 100 rupees for a haircut, 92 rupees is their expense? Do you really feel so? That's impossible. In fact, barely the expense will be 8 rupees for a 100 rupees haircut. Balance 92 rupees would be their profit in this case. Was government losing out on this revenue? Yes, they were. So government said that now we appeal to all these businessmen and professions. If you feel that you are in a category of a business where the expenses are not that high, we are expecting that you revise your returns. We are expecting that you should tell that, okay, this was our filed return and actually the expenses are not that less, it's up to this level. So earlier we had claimed expenses of, let us say, 92% because of the presumptive taxation thing, but let's say our expenses are only 50, so our tax liability should have been on 50. Government is thinking about doing all these things. They have not yet proposed it. I'm just giving you an information which government is thinking of. If government really implements this, then what will happen? Government will be able to mop up, they'll be able to collect an additional revenue of 10,000 crore rupees, okay. Why are they thinking of getting additional revenue? Because you might be aware that recently our finance minister had given a big announcement to reduce the corporate rates. Taxes for corporates, which were 30%, she has brought it down to 25%. Whenever any good information or any good announcement is made for people like you and me, The bad thing is for the government because they are going to lose out on revenue. And if they are going to lose out on revenue, they are going to think of various ways and means to get back that revenue. And this is one of the way and means they have thought about. So as I mentioned, this has not yet gotten converted into any section. This has not gotten any amendment as of now. But in the last week's business standard, this news had come up and I thought it's a very important piece of information. Even CA students who are learning presumptive taxation, section 44 AD is what I covered right now. And I feel this can be a big move by the government if they think of doing so. I hope you have enjoyed this content today. It was a different one. Do consider subscribing to my channel if you feel it's a value addition. Share it with your friends. That's it from my side. Jai Hind. Bye-bye.